Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make a very easy powder. This powder is called hot foot powder, and it is something that has been a part of hoodoo magic for, we'll say, centuries. Hot foot powder is used to, and only to, drive away someone who is invading your space, perhaps a stalker, someone who won't leave you alone and you've exhausted every other method to get rid of them, basically. Okay, so use this wisely, and I'm not going to lecture you too much on that aspect of it. But this is a very easy powder, easy and cheap powder to make, especially for a beginner. And what you're going to need is a bowl, something to mix or grind with. So if you have a mortar or pestle, that's even better. But I'm not going to do any grinding today, so I'm just going to show you the easier method. So I have my bowl. You need some chili powder, or cayenne pepper will also work. Be sure to use something to stir it with other than your hands, because it could irritate your skin. So I just got this chili powder from the Dollar Tree, I believe, so it's pretty cheap. You're going to need some black pepper, and I have some ground black pepper here. Okay, and you're going to need some salt. Now I'm using sea salt, but you can absolutely use table salt if that's all you have. Don't go out and spend a ton of money on this. The whole point to magic is to use what you have, or what you can get easily for the most part. Now some certain particular spells, yeah, you will want to go out of your way to get particular items, but that's you know, not required. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is put in my chili pepper, and I'm going to turn off the camera so that I can open it up and get it poured in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've poured in my 3 ingredients. Here's the chili powder, the ground pepper, and the sea salt. Now, if you look into hot foot powder, a traditional ingredient that I have not included is sulfur. Sulfur is a little bit hard to get your hands on, and plus that it really stinks, so I just didn't want to include it. This is more a modern version of a hot foot powder than traditional. Okay, so we have our ingredients, the 3 ingredients in the bowl, and you can take whatever you have to stir it and begin to mix it. And really, the appropriate way to be mixing this powder together is counterclockwise. The reason for that is counterclockwise is Witterson's direction, which means to basically diminish, get rid of, send back. And so that is the appropriate way for a send someone away spell such as this. So while you're stirring and mixing the powder all together, you want to put your intentions into it, and just envision the person that's bothering you or invading your space going away. Now, keep in mind, excuse me, keep in mind that you don't want to send like someone that you're living with away unless that is your ultimate intention, okay? This is not just to keep someone, like, let's say, out of your room, for instance. This will keep that person away from your house and away from you for good. So put your purest intentions into it. We're not trying to hurt anyone. We're just trying to regain our privacy and our safety, okay? So here's the powder. Okay, that was very easy and cheap to make, all right? So now what you're going to do, I'll show you how it looks. See that? Okay, so now what you're going to do with this powder is you're going to sprinkle it where this stalker or person who won't leave you alone, where they walk. Okay, so if you know of a place where you can find their tracks in the mud, that was a traditional way, was to sprinkle the powder in their wet footprints. But that's kind of a hard thing to do, I mean, if you think about it. So place it in their path, like somewhere where they'd be walking, especially if it's coming towards you or your home. You want to sprinkle it on the ground, in front of your home even, and it will keep them away from your house. Another way to do it, and I don't recommend this way, but another one of the traditional ways to do it was to put the hot foot powder in the person's shoes, and it will definitely keep them away from you, okay? Now, the reason why it's called hot foot powder is because you probably guessed it, it's a hot powder that will, you put it in somebody's tracks or in somebody's footprints or in their shoes, and it will get them to walking, basically. It'll get them to go away. So that's why it's called hot foot powder. And again, you can use this to send away stalkers, anyone who's bothering you, coming onto your property, just invading your space and making you feel unsafe, okay? Used wisely, and I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, let us know. Blessings.